So today I'll be going over Wazuh, Wazuh, or multiple people pronounce it different ways. But I call it Wazuh. It's an open source security platform. So they say it's open source enterprise ready security monitoring system that does multiple things. So it's kind of like a SIM tool, but it's not like a full-fledged SIM tool. It's like it's almost there. But so if you're a company that don't want to spend thousands of dollars on tools like Alien Vault, which are subpar, that they don't put any effort in making it better or something like that, and something that's open source where you can give like suggestions or feature requests, and they'll take it into consideration. Open source is the best way to go, and that's why Wazuh is probably your best choice if you want to save $1, which is open source. So some of the features: security analytics, intrusion detection, log data analysis, file integrity monitoring, vulnerability detection, configuration assessment, incident response, regulatory compliance, and cloud security and container security. For this video, I'll be going over the portion of installing Wazuh on a Ubuntu 18.04 box. This box is going to be hosted in AWS. I can do it in Azure or in other clouds, but the install process is basically the same. If you're going to be doing it on Ubuntu, it's going to be the same no matter where the cloud is at. So I'm gonna get started, and I'm gonna switch to shell command. You let you know that before you get part of the install process may take a while. The most time consuming portion of that will be the Elastic search portion install. It takes sometimes really depending on your hardware that you have for whatever box you're using. So if you have a lot of RAM processing power, of course, it's going to run faster on a machine like that. For all the steps, I'm not going to type out individual commands. As you see, I have them already prepared. I'm going to show which commands, so I'm going to copy and paste and make sure everything's already prepared to go for you guys. So for the first portion, it's going to be open disto for Elasticsearch. So that requires Java Development Kit as well as other packages like wget, curl, unzip, and libcat. Okay, so because it says it's replaced them with these, it's really easy. You're gonna highlight that, and then you're gonna right click, and it will automatically paste it again. And during this process, there will be occasions where I will pause depending on how long the install process is for different portions of this video. Okay, what I just put in is as in the repo for OpenJDK. Okay. After that has been done, you're going to do just a basic sudo app update. Now you're going to want to make sure that you have all the install required utilities for it. So I'm going to export Java home user and then app install OpenDDKL 11. I need to be root for that. Sorry. So I changed to a root for this. I went back to home Ubuntu, and I'm going to do that again. It's a pretty big install, 749 megabytes install. I may pause it. I'm going to pause right now. Wait until this finishes. I don't know how long it's going to take. Okay, so that installed the pre-requirements. So now I'm going to move on to installing the Wazuh server. So the Wazuh server is what collects and analyzes data from the deployed Wazuh agents. It runs the Wazuh manager, the Wazuh API, and Filebeat. And the first steps for the Wazuh is to add the Wazuh repo to the server. So the following is going to get the G key for Wazuh. Now you're going to add a Wazuh. So this command is going to add this to the list of sources, so you'll be able to pull updates from it. Okay, so now I'm going to update the package. Now, because it has a package, it's going to be able to find those certain install packages. So when I do this, it's going to be able to use that repo that you just added to the sources, and it's going to be able to install Wazuh Manager. So here we go. I'm going to pause and wait for this to finish. Okay, so that's finished. Now I'm going to want to start. So I'm going to do daemon reload. Enable Wazuh Manager. Systemctl start Wazuh Manager. This may take a little second. Okay, and one more. And this is, you're going to run to check the status of it. So ctl status. And it will tell you the status of Wazuh. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the Elasticsearch. So, of course, it's using the open distro for Elasticsearch, which is another open source distribution of Elasticsearch. So it's not, this one isn't managed by Elastic itself. This was a fork from it. So Elasticsearch, if you don't know already, it's a highly scalable full text search engine. It offers advanced security, alerting, index management, deep performance analysis, and several other features. Okay, this command is going to install Elasticsearch, open distro for and this may take a while. So the following commands are going to do this. All of the commands, I'm going to leave a link to a Gist and GitHub. We'll have all these commands in the same order I'm doing them in for you to use to make it easier for yourself. Okay, so we moved on from that. Didn't take as long as I thought it was. Probably because of the box. I have a box with high processing and RAM at this point. But so next one. This is should be the Elasticsearch YML. This is a config file, which is it's going to curl that link and that file into where it's supposed to be. It's pretty simple. So next 3 commands is going to be basically Elasticsearch roles and users. In order to use the Wazuh properly, you're going to need to add these roles. So this next command is going to this next command is going to remove demo certs that are part of it. And so now we're going to generate new ones. Okay, this is where they're going to be stored. I'm going to enter that. Okay. Okay, following commands going to download the SearchGuard offline TLS tool. So to create the certs. Okay. Okay, so now this is going to extract the downloaded file, and it is assumed that it has been downloaded into the home directory. Okay. Now this is going to download the SearchGuard config file. This file is pre-configured to generate all necessary certs. Okay, so now we're going to run that SearchGuard script, and so it will create the certs for us. So now I'm going to, once the search has been created, you can remove all the unnecessary files that are generated. Okay, so now I'm going to enable and start the Elasticsearch service. Kind of like the earlier commands. Okay, so now I'm going to run the command that's going to run the Elasticsearch security admin script that will load the new search information and start the cluster. Okay, so after this finishes, I'm going to run a command that will help ensure that the install has been successful. Okay, the following command is curl, and then it's going to basically check localhost, which it would be on the box, and you will get an output. And if you see this output, this type of output, it's not going to be exactly the same. Some of the numbers are going to be different, but that means Elasticsearch is successfully running. Okay, so the next portion, going to go back to home. Okay, so next portion, I'm going to actually install Filebeat. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to now download a pre-configured Filebeat config file used to forward Wazuh alerts to Elasticsearch. Okay, next two commands are going to be, it's going to download the alerts and templates for Elasticsearch. Now I'm going to download the module for Filebeat. So now I'm going to copy the Elasticsearch certs into Filebeat certs. So after that's been finished, now I'm going to do enable and start Filebeat service. So daemon reload. Now I'm going to test, see if the output. Okay. Looks like it's doing its job. Now for the last portion, going to be installing Kibana, which is basically the web interface for mining and visualizing the events and archives that's stored in an Elasticsearch. So the following command is going to install the Kibana that's used for OpenDistro for Elasticsearch. Okay, so that took a little longer than I thought, but okay. So next I'm going to download the Kibana configuration file. Okay, in the folder for Kibana, the Kibana YML file, the setting the server host has the value of 0, 0, 0, 0, which basically means that Kibana can be accessed from outside and will accept all available IPs of the host. Now this value can be changed for a specific IP for like security purposes. Okay, next I'm going to create a shared Kibana data directory. So the following two commands creates it and then creates a user group and assigns a user to that. Okay, so next going to install the Kibana plugin, the Wazuh plugin app. Okay, next command going to copy Elasticsearch certs into the Kibana certs directory. Okay, this next command is going to be linking the Kibana socket to privilege port 443. So I'm going to do system reload. Enable Kibana. And then start Kibana. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the search browser. I'm going to type in HTTPS and then I'm going to type in the IP address for where the server is at. Okay, so this will be the initial screen that you're going to see once you go to that IP address. This is going to be temporary. I'm going to delete this filter box after this. So you're going to click on Advanced. If you're using a Chromium-based browser, it will be different for Firefox and stuff, but Chromium-based is how it's going to be set up. Okay, and then Wazuh's basic username and password will be admin. You can change all that stuff after you do the initial. So now it's going to check the API connection, Wazuh API, and do all the following. It's going to create stuff for you that needs to be created. Then it will take you to the default screen. So this concludes this video. The next video about Wazuh will be basically showing you setting up different groups and attaching policies to them, and then connecting agents on, let's say, a Linux box. I will do also connecting a Wazuh agent with a Windows box and show you how those appear on Wazuh and how this you can use in your organization to meet certain compliance requirements. thanks for watching the video.